Lonita says that she'll think twice before putting her mail in this mailbox. People walked past a homeless guy thinking he was asleep in this corner, not knowing he was actually dead. Tonight, police are looking for a man that shot up a car at this intersection, and they need your help. Jessica Smith says she was walking along this strip when a man came up, punched her, pushed her to the ground, and stole her purse. And if you have to park downtown, authorities say do not leave expensive items in your car. Reporting in downtown St. Louis, Dominique Jackson, Metro Minutes News. My town is now Draft Town, and this year it is 20 football fields bigger. A student was punched and robbed at this red line station. Officers say the suspect was in his 30s. An investigation is underway after a woman's body was found right here in this alley. Columbia College says they will not fund the MAP grant this year, leaving thousands of students with a tough choice to make: enroll in another school or take out another loan. Cook County Board President Tony Pretwinkle says that no taxpayers' dollars will be used unless it is an environmental issue. This is the second year Chicago is hosting the NFL draft, and fans say it's better than ever. Spring is approaching, and one of the best neighborhoods to visit is Lincoln Park. It is located on the near north side. Lincoln Park is a beautiful area to take a midday stroll. The neighborhood is known for the Lincoln Park Zoo, the Langfrock, and the beautiful restaurants. I went to visit the neighborhood, and here's what people loved most about it.
Hitting the lake, the beach, we go biking along the trail. So, I mean, it's just sort of like a little outdoor exposure in the middle of the city, I think.
Lincoln Park, let's see, restaurants are our favorite thing. Walk around, see the people. On Sunday, just walk up and down Astor Street, you hear every language. It's just fun to be with a lot of different kinds of people.
And just walking and enjoying it, and sometimes just sitting there in the sun and watching what's going on. And we've watched the air show from there, and I would say that's it. It's just sort of part of our life when we're in Chicago.
There will also be plenty of farmers markets in the neighborhood as the weather warms up. 300,000 students have to miss school today because of this teacher strike. These Chicago teachers gathered by the thousands in front of the Thompson Center and throughout downtown, telling state leaders they're fed up. They demand more funding and resources for the district. It's something retired school nurse Helen Ramirez-Odell says it needs to happen now.
And my heart just breaks for the teachers when I see how they have to work without supplies, without a contract.
Many of them blame Governor Bruce Rauner for the lack of funding, but target Mayor Rahm Emanuel, blaming him for the failed Chicago Teachers Union contract negotiations. They say they just want to see things get done.
It's important because the education of our children is important to us and they're our futures.
In response to this strike, reports say that Chicago Public Schools CEO Forrest Claypool says he has taken legal action against the teachers union by filing a complaint with the Illinois Educational Labor Relations Board, claiming the strike is illegal.
If we don't get it shut in town!
Regardless if it is or isn't, these teachers say they had no choice but to strike. Ramirez-Odell hopes through her actions, students watching will learn to step up and say something when they feel they've been wrong.
Sorry they're missing school, but it is a lesson for them when they learn why we're doing this.
Dominique Jackson, Metro Minutes News. Don't call them crazy, call them fearless weather warriors. They all took a dip into the icy waters of Lake Michigan to help raise money for a good cause. The cold weather was no match for people who dived into Lake Michigan for charity.
Go Norwood!
School teacher Jillian Faulkner and her students joined hundreds for the first time at North Avenue Beach to raise money for the Special Olympics.
My students and I wanted to support Special Olympics, so we created a polar plunge team. We're the GCE Falcons.
Invigorating, refreshing, cleansing is how some describe the 34-degree jump. The polar plunge helps benefit more than 6,000 Special Olympic athletes.
I wish more people would do these for the kids.
Even Mayor Rahm Emanuel showed up to support, but didn't get wet. The polar plunge attracts celebrities every year, and actors from Chicago Med, Chicago PD, and Chicago Fire are expected to take the plunge. The polar plunge raised $1.5 million, and Special Olympics coaches say it was all worth it.
These guys warm my heart, and anything that we can do for them, we do.
The Polar Plunge is a national event, and it also happens in Virginia and Indiana. Practically everyone I spoke to told me they can't wait to do it again next year. Back to you, Alyssa and Teddy.
The Cook County Hospital is 102 years old. The Cook County Board wants to renovate the old hospital into coffee shops and hotels.
About time. I don't know why they had to wait so long.
The hospital has been vacant for more than a decade. Patricia Pentance has lived in the medical district for 23 years and remembers the landmark for its rich history.
So county's administration allowed women physicians when a lot of other hospitals would not.
The building is covered in graffiti art. The facade of the building will stay the same, while the inside will be transformed into residential and retail spaces, says the Cook County Board.
Cook County Board President Tony Pretwinkle says that no taxpayers' dollars will be used unless it is an environmental issue.
Not everyone is excited about the new changes.
You know, obviously there are a lot of ambulances and just a lot of traffic around here in the medical district, so I don't know if this would necessarily be the best place for that.
Civil War to Civil Rights is the latest exhibit detailing decades of racial inequality nationwide and here in Chicago. The exhibit aims to show how history can repeat itself.
Events leading up to the Black Lives Matter movements are now on display at the Newberry Library in Lincoln Park.
I think this really brings to light some things that a lot of people don't really like to look at.
The exhibit is interactive for visitors.
Our post-it wall, which is here for people to share their thoughts reacting to what they've seen in the exhibition.
This exhibit aims to document the root causes of racial inequality from past to present.
This is history that was, 50, 60 years ago, and we're still sort of having some of the same problems and the same conversations today.
The exhibit shows the life of some of the city's first African Americans.
There's a lot of nice, beautiful physical evidence here to help demonstrate the fact that we have been put down, ignored again and again.
Southside teacher Cherie Gordon says she wishes her students could experience this.
We have to travel out our way in order to seek knowledge that we really would be beneficial to us.
Also on display are photos from the Laquan McDonald protest, and the exhibit is attracting visitors from all ages and walks of life. Back to you, Vicki and Teddy.
Dominique, what else is on display at the exhibit?
On display are newspaper articles, photographs, and diary entries from the Great Migration and the Chicago race riots of 1919.
And who curated the exhibit?
The exhibit was curated by Diane Dillon, who also serves as manager of exhibition at the Newberry Library.